morning. This is WBZ-TV, Boston, owned and operated by the Westinghouse Broadcasting Company, Incorporated, with studios located on Soldiers Field Road, Boston, and transmitting facilities at Needham, Massachusetts, operating on Channel 4 by the authority of the Federal Communications Commission.
We asked 100 women, name something specific of Leonardo DiCaprio's that you like to hold.
The Mona Lisa is painting.
That's good. You gotta go big, Steve. You gotta go big, Steve.
If that's up there, I'm going home. Fill in the blank. If it were up to me, I'd never blank again.
Cheat.
Cheat. That's the dumbest thing you could have said. What are you, an idiot? What you say it for? Nobody, it's not gonna be up there. Cheat. Name a number that most men exaggerate.
100. 69?
We talked to 100 women. Name something most women wouldn't be caught dead leaving the house without.
Their vibrator.
There's nothing more that needs to be said after that. My goodness gracious. Hello, everybody, wherever you may be. It is Valentine's Day. Welcome to the Shack in Oregon's Ham Radio Live. Ask you to please hit subscribe. We are grateful, man. We are just blowing up YouTube with subscriptions. Thank you so much for all those subscribing people. We appreciate you very much. Truly mean that. Thank you so much. Different position, a lot more comfortable than yesterday, that's for sure. A lot warmer, too. Woo! What a storm. Thank you, everybody, for subscribing. I promise you a very good show today. Hello to the folks in Romania. Hello, Midwest U.S. And hello, Australia. Welcome. It's an early day. How are you, everybody? Happy Valentine's Day. It's that day, it's 14th of February, 2021. Already. Man, my nephew. It's his birthday today. Man, growing up way too fast, my great nephew. Want to get him to ham radio, though. I'm going to work on it. Great Uncle Larry's going to work hard on that. Yeah, I'm going to bring a ham radio over to his house. Going to say, hey, bud, you want to talk to somebody on the radio? And he'll say, okay. Where's this guy at, Uncle Larry? I'll say, oh, he's Florida. And he'll go, Florida? Really? You did that on the radio? And then he'll be excited for life. He's brilliant in science. So I'm excited. And today's his birthday. Anyway, today's going to be a fun show. A short one early. We're going to come back with Ham Talk Live at 1900 UTC. Felt bad. Couldn't do the show yesterday from a good position because we had no power and no cell phone service. No car, no motor car, not a single luxury. You know the rest of the song. Could not get anything going yesterday. And so finally, our house was really cold and my brother was just, he was sitting down there by himself, and I kind of thought, I could go up in the studio and put together a show on a hotspot once we got service for cell phones. And I was like, just can't do it. No, I can't leave him alone down there. So we spent the afternoon together and had a good time. It was nice. We watched some old wrestling matches. Anyway, it was nice. It was good to do that. Yeah, a little early live stream today. Uh-oh. Thor is in trouble here. Yeah. It's Valentine's Day, buddy. You might get that card right now. Get that thing done. Weather here improved tremendously. We rarely get cold weather here. That's probably why it just destroys everything here, Nikolai. Because we're so close to the Pacific Ocean, and it tends to be more of a mild climate. So in the winter, we very rarely get any bad weather. Well, we end up with just warm enough to be miserable, but not cold enough to be beautiful. And this wasn't beautiful, but it was really miserable. I'll show you some pictures in the late show today. I do want to talk to you about a real cool thing I think you'll like. You might not have heard of it before. Yesterday was World Radio Day, and I was so bummed because I couldn't do a show. Literally couldn't do a show other than from the seat of my wife's car. And I was like, can't do any justice to this. World Radio Day isn't that old. It was the 10th anniversary just yesterday for World Radio Day. It was started in 2011, and they picked the 13th of February for a reason. It was because in 1946, the United Nations decided to start their own shortwave broadcast. Yep, back on the 13th of February, 1946, coming out of World War II, the UN started their own shortwave service. So they honor World Radio Day to honor that day and world history for radio. So it's about bringing back a little bit of memory about radio. John, welcome to the show. Thank you so much, man. It's nice to be warm and safe, too. It's a little weird, man. Yeah, I felt so bad for that guy. There's a guy that was 2 cars over from me in that parking lot. I did that quick show yesterday from, and he was under a tree. And so when the ice was coming down off the tree, pounding this car, man. And he has like a nice Mustang. I was like, oh, that poor guy. Anyway, World Radio Day brings some cool stuff to mind. Let me show you. This is how I started in the hobby. Long time ago, I was an AM guy. I loved medium wave DXing. And this is one of the best little radios. It's really cool because it's very, very sensitive and selective. This is the GE, you're going to laugh, the GE Super Radio 2. This came out in 78, right? This is before people walked with radios like this. This is extremely sensitive, very sensitive radio, and it's really pretty good selectivity too. It's not going to blow your mind in terms of go, wow, what a great radio. But to start out, if you like to DX and you love to DX, the AM dial, this is a very affordable radio, under $100, still readily available, and they're really good. I mean, they're really good. They have a very special directional coil through here on this antenna that helps to really enhance the directivity of this radio. So like most AMs, as you turn the radio, the stations either come in or they go out. That's the way they work. Now, I've got a lot of RF. For some reason, this radio is picking up a lot of RF in here. This is, if you could hear it, it would be KNBR San Francisco. And you turn it, right? Hear the directivity of it? It's very directive. It's fantastic radio, under $100. And, if you love to do DXing on the AM dial, it's great. Don't leave yet. I've got something that you're going to love. Trust me, you'll love this. Okay, hold on. There's other stuff here that's pretty cool. You can get this at most HRO stores now. Eaton was kind of a middle player in the shortwave listening hobby for a long time. Grundig was always high, okay? Eaton was kind of always trying to get at Grundig, but they never could. Grundig was always making bigger radios, kind of had a better name out there. Well, Eaton, I guess, invested well or something because they ended up buying Grundig. So now it's Eaton Grundig, or Grundig is now Eaton, or they're both the same. But anyway, this is called the Eaton Grundig Satellite Edition. Drop the E on satellite. It's literally satellite, but it's a fantastic receiver. It really is. It'll pick up the ham bands, picks up AM, FM. It'll pick up all of the, 2-meter stuff. So you'll be able to hear aircraft and everything. It's great. It really is. It's got good sound to it. This is coming from China right here. And what's neat about this, let me see if I can give you a little better view of it here. Turn the light on it. This thing has filters in it. No kidding. Check it out. There's the 3K. 4K wide. Down to 3. 2.2. 1.2. 1K. 500 hertz CW, folks. So, look at that. It's fantastic. This little guy right here, what I like about it too, it's got a scan function on it, so you can scan throughout the dial. And literally, it starts at the top of 10. So it'll go top of 10, end at the bottom of 160, and then go back again. And it's fantastic. It'll do both shortwave and the, just shortwave, and that's it. So all the ham bands from 10 to 160, and it'll rescan. So if you want a really good radio, these are about $150 brand new. I think used, for a reasonable one, these are going to be like about $75 to $100. This is about 6 inches, maybe 5.5 in width, maybe 4 inches high, and literally 2 inches deep. It's the Eaton Satellite or Grundig edition, both the same, and they're phenomenal. You get aircraft bands, so 2 meter all the way down to the literally the long wave bands right here in your hand. It's fantastic. Another one that is really good that I have really loved is, well, there's two. This one here was my Christmas present. This has now become a real collectible radio. And I'm going to show you something in a second here, okay? So I don't want you going anywhere. Don't leave because this is way too important. You're going to really like what's coming up. This is the Sony ICF SW2010. Usually you see it behind me here on my rack. And there's a reason for that. It's because when I get into ham radio, I had to sell one of these in order to help buy my ham radio gear. And I literally cried selling it because it was one of the last ones ever made. Had all the documentation, the box, everything it came with from brand new. It was there. It was probably one of the more complete. Boy, my voice cracked again like Peter Brady. One of the more complete 2010s that you could possibly buy in 2000, whatever it was when I sold it. Anyway, radio will go all the way from long wave, and it will also go all the way up to the aircraft bands. But what's fantastic about this radio, this receiver here, is incredibly sensitive and selective. It has both ends. The 2010 started to be made by Sony in about 83, stopped in about 03. And if you're going to get one of these, serial number, you want it to be over 250,000. The newer, the better. That's the way they work. 7 different model improvements were made to the 2010. Export models outside the U.S. were called the 2001D, okay? So 2001 Delta, or in the U.S. it was called the Sony ICF SW2010. This is a phenomenal receiver, it really is. It'll pick up pretty much anything that you can put out there except for key fobs and stuff that an SDR Play would do. But what's nice about it is when you use it, it's got fantastic sensitivity and selectivity. Here is, it's getting a little late for 5 megs for WWV.
Twitter is planning to label the personal account the heads of state. Social network is expanding its policy on government-affiliated accounts.
And just like the GE, very directive on medium wave here. Yeah, we get it back and forth. That's KOMO Seattle. But you get an awful lot of bang for your buck here. You really do. Let's see if we can pick up anybody from the ham bands here just to see. This would be over on 40, the DXnet they have there on 7163. Nah, not yet. It's a little late to pick them up anyway over there. But the Sony 2010 is a fantastic radio. It is literally, this one here is probably, I believe it's 14 long, about 3 wide in terms of 3 inches wide. And so you got 14 across. The width here is probably about 5, and the depth is 1.5, maybe 2, okay? It is really the almost the creme de la creme of receivers that you can buy. It's phenomenal. It really is. The new Texans are great. There's no question, and they sound phenomenal. But this is still considered the king to many, the Sony ICF SW2010. They made multiples. They made the 2010. They made a 55, a 77, and a 100. The 100 is the one that you might have seen on a later channel show that I had here. It is around here somewhere. It's just a little guy. Here he is. Almost hard to see him because this is an entire radio that goes all the way from long wave through the ham bands and fits in your pocket, literally in the back pocket. This is a wallet-sized radio. This is the Sony ICF SW100. This radio is literally about 5 inches long. It is about 2 inches high, and it's 1 inch deep. That's all it is. You can close everything up. It collapses all together. You simply close it. you fold it all up together in its little leather pouch, you put it in your back pocket. Most people would think it's just a wallet because it's the same size, literally the same size. But what's brilliant about this transceiver is they put so much of the big, ICF 2010 into this. This is one of the most incredible receivers the world has ever seen, truly is. The two bad areas on this radio really are the battery case. On these models, Sony put a very high tension string for the AA batteries. The spring is really tensioned. So if you get one of these, just snip like the first or second part of the ring for the spring for the AA's, and it won't put so much pressure on this battery door, because what happens is the battery door fails. They tend to snap off because this is just plastic, so they will break. I keep this typically without batteries in it just because I don't want the case to break. The other area that they tend to fail is between the clamshells. There is a little bit of it's ribbon cable. So the ribbon cable goes here. There's another one over here. And the ribbon cable will fail as well from just too much opening and closing of the radio. This one here, I've got to get in for some repairs. So it's not working. Otherwise, I'd play it for you because it's really a neat radio when it works. And I'm kind of bummed I couldn't show you how it worked. I just found out it didn't work this morning. So I found it was a little bit later than I wanted to be to get here. Last one I was going to show you, let's see, is the Texan. The Texan, this one's pretty popular, and it's going out. This is the one that's being replaced. This is the PL880. If you want a modern radio that's really good, this sounds phenomenal. This is the PL880 by Texan. I think you can buy them now for under $150 new. This one's about 7 inches long. It's about 5 inches high, and it's an inch deep. This is a very good radio. Sounds much bigger than it is, okay? That's World Radio Day stuff, because we still do listen, even though a lot of the shortwave stuff is gone. But, there's something all these radios have in common, and that is they all need power, and they work either from a cord or they work from battery power. I'm going to take your comments here in just a second. I just don't want to set one of these down and have it, go kaboom. So we'll put it on top of the amplifier there and get that one on top. All right. So they all have one thing in common, and that is power. All right. We're going to talk about that. I have a revolutionary product that many of you may not have heard about, but I believe once you're done hearing about it, you might just want to get over to Amazon and put an order in. Let's take a look at your comments before we go too far, because I don't want to not say hello to folks. I love seeing y'all here today. Thor, the man who invented the word woofing filter. 16 below. Ugh. No, thanks. Just ready to live there. No. Hamcation seminar on AMSAT. Yes. Very good, John. Enjoy that. That'll be fun. Yeah. The people in Orlando are having a good time with the Hamcation stuff. That's great. That's good. Sean, good morning on the east side of Oregon. Good to see you. Hello there. Really bad aim. Start the bidding at 5. Do I hear 5? 5, 6, 6, 6. Good luck with that. Gunter is here from Germany. Gunter, good morning. Good to see you as well as Toby. German Frontier is very well represented. Good to see you guys today. All right. Let me ask you one question here that I think you'll be surprised about. Batteries come in different sizes, right? They got double A's, single A's, you got your C cells and your D cell batteries, right? Remember always having to buy the D cells because they were big, right? And nothing ever took the C's unless they were weird toys that you had to get, but they only worked on C's. Do you know they all have in common? They all are 1.5 volts. All of them, no matter what size they are. Double A, triple A, the D's, the A's are all, the D's and the C's. So double A, triple A, C's and D's are all 1.5 volts. They all are. So what Panasonic did was they came up with a really cool idea. And I didn't know I thought, I bet a lot of people don't know about this, because when I found out about it, I immediately went out and bought it, and I've had it now for 2 years, and I just constantly just reuse these batteries. I really don't buy batteries anymore. Let me show you what I'm talking about real quick, okay? This is something called the N-Loop. They're called N-Loop batteries, okay? They're made by Panasonic. They come from, I bought mine at Amazon, and literally what they are, I'll show you how they work, give you a little idea of how they are. And again, I've got an older version of this kit because, you know, they don't make them this way anymore. It's been so long since I bought it. They now have the Pro kit and the, I guess, Super Pro kit. I don't know. It's like one's $55, one's $65. But what's really nice is that you're going to get battery power that's going to get you covered. But every one of these batteries are 1.5 volts, whether you be at AA, AAA, C's, or D's, they all are 1.5s. What's cool about this, you buy the kit, okay? You get everything inside the little plastic case, right? You get basically all this, and now it doesn't make any sense to you, but it will in a second, okay? You get 4 AAAs right here, okay? And those are the only ones you don't kind of put in everything, okay? You do use a controller similar to like if you go to the store and you buy rechargeable, say for example, Duracells, right? Or Energizers, you know, you get these kind and you plug them in, you reuse them, okay? Same kind of thing, but theirs is white, okay? Little Panasonic white guy here. And then you put the little AA's, click them in, and you put 4 or 3, 2, or 1 at a time. You plug it into the wall and they'll charge. It'll tell you when they're all charged up. You take them out, you start putting them back into your gear. Now, what's really neat about this is, let me explain how it works. All right, you start out with a D cell. Okay, this is your typical D cell battery. Put it up to the camera so you can just see I'm not pulling the wool over your eyes or the battery over your gear. All right. So you take your D cell battery, comes with a little door. Yeah, you just unscrew it, comes apart, right? Inside is a hole that is perfectly sized for this little AA to slide right in. You turn the cap on it like this. Now you have yourself a 1.5 volt D cell battery, okay? Pretty slick, right? But it's pretty slick. You turn back and you say, well, you know what, but I need some C's. Well, you can take a C cell battery. And the neat thing about the C's is if you use the C cells, all they do is simply have a hole in them. They're just literally a hole. So you take them, you put them right through the end. Again, this is the AA size into the C, push it in place. You now have a full C cell battery right there. And all you have to do is simply go up and plug them back into your recharger. When you're done, you know, they go down, you replug them back in and reuse them. Now, these are supposedly 2,100 recharges for me. So what I did, because I have a ton of old shortwave stuff, is I bought the kit, and I believe the kit was like $55 when I bought this, but this is years old. They now come in a black case. So this is the old, this is the blue one. So I'm a few years old, but they come in a black case now. You get them on Amazon. It's the same exact thing. You get your D shells. They're called shells. Your D shells, your C shells, your seashells by the seashore, a whole bunch of AA's, and you can buy extra AA's to put in them. And for a pack of 4, it's like $18.75. That's the cost of them. And that's for 4 AA's. And that's the important part, because all you need is the AA batteries to make any battery size, whether it be a AA, a C cell, or a D cell. If you want AAA's, that's your only wild card, because of course you can't make a AA shrink. All right, so your AAA's are just going to stay into one, segment all by itself. So if you have some stuff like remote controls around the house and things that use AAA's, maybe buy an extra pack of AAA's for it, okay? They're going to charge right up inside the charger, just like every other rechargeable battery does. But what's nice about this is you're going to stop buying batteries at the store, and you're going to start reusing the batteries you have. I've had these now for over 2 years. I don't know how many charges I have on them, but well into the hundreds. And I've not had any fail yet early. Like I've had to take one of these AA's yet and toss it away into the safe garbage because you can't. Again, this is nickel metal hydride. You don't put in your garbage. If something like this goes out, talk to your local, waste collection company to find out how to safely dispose of these batteries because it can be dangerous. Do not throw these away in your trash, okay? But that is the N-Loop. N-Loop comes from Panasonic. You can get them at Amazon now. I believe the two sizes in price are $55 and $65. And you can take a look and see how it would fit for you. But I'll tell you what, I have just been thrilled with these. They've powered my radios and my remote controls that are home now for a little over 2.5, almost 3 years. And they just keep running strong. But it's pretty cool. I didn't realize that, no matter what size battery, if you got a D, a C, or a AA, or even a AAA, they're all 1.5. The only one that's an oddball is the old square 9-volt guys, right? The 9 volts. Remember those? So N-Loop by Panasonic, and I can tell you for sure I have found it to be a phenomenal product. Again, Amazon. Good place. All right. Martin's here from the Netherlands. Good to see you. Welcome to the show, my friend, as always. You know that. Martin, how are things today for you? Doing good? I hope things are well for you in Holland and that the spring is starting to sprout a little bit from the ground and you're getting some better weather. So let's see what we got. We got comments. Let me take a look. Yeah, Gunter, they are good. They're very, very good. Yep. I've had no problem at all from remote controls to drone to radios. They power it all, and they're very good. So, and yeah, Gunter, Panasonic, Germany, 15-minute walk right from him to the club station. Passes right by it. Yeah, I've seen it. He showed it to me on his walks. It's kind of nice. Tom is here from Bahrain. Tom, it's very nice to see you. Good morning. It's a little earlier for you guys. It's almost prime time for Tom. Good. Hello, my friend. It's nice to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Toby is here. He says, battery, solar power, accumulators, bicycle dynamo. My step up, step down converter takes it all. Every device here is connected via an XT60 connector, even the battery-powered ones. Very good, Toby. That's good, man, because you know what? I do like the fact that this eliminates so much waste and, you save so much money. I mean, we just had Christmas go by, right? Did you have buy anything that needed battery power? Batteries are pricey. I think I looked at product. I just wanted to see what the AA's are costing now for a pack of like 4. And I want to say they wanted like $9 for them. And I'm like, man, I'm sure glad I got the N-Loops. Those are sweet. I've saved so much money in this in the last 3 years. It's been crazy. So yeah, I love them. These are really, I can absolutely recommend these. You've got the 2000. What do you think about that? You know what, Tom? What I don't like, and he mentions the Texan 2000, and Texan has been in there for a long time, and they're making some great radios now. And he's got a 2000, came with similar adapters for D cells. They're genius stuff, Tom, aren't they? They really are. And Texan is making some great receivers. At first, they were kind of like almost like the Kaido receivers. They weren't very good. They were kind of like, no, I'd rather listen to my fingers scratch a chalkboard. But no, I mean, now the PL660 was a great receiver. The 880 has been phenomenal, and their new one's really good too. So yeah, Tom, good stuff. Love the Texan stuff. It's very good. Let's see. 0 degrees Celsius warming up to 8 later this week in Holland. It's coming. Spring's on the way, Martin. There you go. All right, my friends, we're going to come back with a show today. It's 1900 UTC. Should be fun, which I hope you guys will enjoy it. Today's topic question is going to be, and of course it came from what happened yesterday to the AV680 vertical. Did not fall on the fence, did not fall on the house. I'm really careful how I guide my antennas. I'll be really honest. I'm very careful that if they are to fall, they're going to fall on my property. If you're careful with guiding an antenna, you can do that. The only wild card is going to be wind. Okay. If you shear off the top of an antenna, you have no control over that. That's something you can't control. But as for the math section, you can control that. So the antenna literally broke and fell right like it was supposed to, right at the base. Whew, tough loss. But you know what was interesting? Calvin McCormick's DX Commander antenna had the same amount of ice on it. And I was very careful to keep that ice off that and the AV680, both of them, right? Now, the AV680 is a year and maybe a year and a quarter later than the DX Commander. So it's had a lot more time out there in the elements than the DX Commander all-band vertical has. But the DX Commander all-band vertical still standing on those two plates out there. Thrilled about that. So we still have that one. We're grateful for that. So today's topic question flows from what happened yesterday to me. If you were stuck with only one antenna, just one, and you couldn't use another one, what antenna would it be? Join me today at 1900 UTC for Ham Talk Live. We'll go over that, see what the world has to say. One antenna. You can choose whatever you want, but you only get one. And remember, you hope to work a whole bunch of frequencies. So that'll be later on today, all right? So I appreciate y'all coming today to Ham Radio Live. Quickly, we will let you know I don't have any connection with the Panasonic company or Hindloop or Sony or Texan or any of these companies. I just tell you what I think and how much I love it. Thanks for being here, everybody. Appreciate it very much. Love your comments. Enjoy spending time with y'all here. It's a treat for me to see you. It really is. Thank you for that. This is cathartic for me. Brings back a little fun from radio. When we come back, I've had some emails saying, okay, you did some commercial radio. Love to hear you on the air, what you sounded like. All right. The next show, when we start the show, we'll do the little test pattern dealy bop, right? I'll play a little air check demo of myself when I was in commercial radio. Join us at 1900 UTC for that and a whole bunch of fun with you at the helm of the ship with the question, if you only had one antenna, which antenna would you have? Thanks for watching, everybody. My name's Larry. My call sign's Kilo 7 Hotel November. It has been my honor and privilege to spend some time with you today from the Middle East, right there with Tom in Bahrain to Toby in they build DX Commanders built like tanks. It's great. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And Sean in Eastern Oregon, Gunther all the way in Germany. It is truly my honor and privilege to spend this time with y'all. Have a wonderful few hours. We'll see you at 1900 UTC. See you later, everybody. God bless you. Bye-bye.
The time now is 24 minutes, 20 seconds before the hour of 3. This is television station WWJ-TV, operated by Post Newsweek Stations, Michigan Incorporated, with studios and offices located at 622 Lafayette Boulevard, Detroit, Michigan. WWJ-TV, the Post Newsweek television station in Detroit, transmits on a visual frequency of 67.25 megahertz with an effective radiated power of 97.7 kilowatts and an oral frequency of 71.75 megahertz with an oral power of 9.77 kilowatts. The programs of WWJ-TV are intended primarily for home reception, and other use may not be made without permission from WWJ Television. WWJ-TV returns to the air this morning as WDIV-TV Detroit 4 at 5 minutes before the hour of 6.